Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a pick a card reading for the collective. It is a full moon in Gemini as I'm filming this. So that energy wanted to come through, but this could resonate for you at a later date. It's not time specific. So I'm going to try and keep each group under 15 minutes, like really short and quick readings. Today, instead of a card, there were crystals coming through. So for group one, I'm going to hold each one up. The crystal Aventurine was coming through, and I don't have like a piece of Aventurine, but I have this green Aventurine bracelet that was wanting to be your crystal today. So green Aventurine bracelet. That's for group one. And there was a phrase that came or like a short, like a couple words that came through for each group. So for green Aventurine, in the description for this crystal, the phrase that was coming through was stabilizing creativity. So that maybe has a message in there for you. Okay, so for group two, your crystal is Dalmatian Jasper. This one's in the shape of a heart. And it's the pair that was coming through was joy. Sorry, the phrase that was coming through is joy and perfect pairing. So that's what was coming through with this one, the Dalmatian Jasper. And finally for group three, we have the Citrine crystal. And the phrase that was coming through for this one was power of the sun. Okay, so I'm going to just go straight into the groups. So for group one, I already pulled a tea leaf card. So there are 5 cards for you. The first one says bear. Danger, especially in money matters. The second one is dog barking. Advice from a friend. And then you have seahorse, family matters. And then the last two says wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something that you want. And then the star, guaranteed success. So because you have bear and dog barking, there's a friend involved in this, and there's someone trying to come in between you and a friend, and what's coming through is this bear energy. I don't feel like this is yours. This feels kind of like somebody else who may be struggling with maybe financial or money matters in some way. It's coming through as somebody who's trying to come between you and a friend. So, but you do have here the star, guaranteed success, which is really positive. And there's family matters. So I feel like maybe there's something here where maybe you're getting advice from a friend about something. Maybe it has something to do with a family dynamic. But I feel like there's like someone, and it doesn't have to be intentional that this person is getting in between you and a friend. If it could be something where it's like, okay, I'm kind of getting something like, you have a friend, like, this could be metaphorically, right? Like, it's not literal necessarily, but you have a friend who, let's say, is going through some, like maybe they need to find a new place to stay or something, and so they ask to stay on your couch, right? And it's like that night you had plans with other group of friends, so you kind of have to like shift your plans around so that you can accommodate this person. Like that's sort of how it's coming through. So they could be struggling with financial matters or something like that. It has something to do with like material. And so it kind of like gets like, it kind of requires you to rearrange your plans or something like that. That's how it's feeling. So it doesn't necessarily have to be like, oh, they're trying to get in between you. It's more just like things happen. Life happens. That's how it's feeling. Okay, so I'm going to pull cards for you. Eight of Wands. It's very interesting that I didn't even like intend to use this deck for this group, but this is the deck that wound up in my hand. So Eight of Wands is your first card. So that card talks about communication. To me, it also talks about intention setting, like manifestation. And then Six of Swords. And the World. Okay, so there is something here about, like, there was a message about creativity with this, right? Like, how I'm seeing this. So this Six of Swords in this deck has like a very particular message about, like, accepting good and bad. Like, there's always a bit of both in any scenario. That's how it's coming through. Like, but you're like making peace with that. That's how it feels. So it's kind of like, what I'm seeing here is that, like, there's almost like this like really intense desire to move forward with something, like a lot, like with the Eight of Wands, like a lot of fast movement, like making plans, enacting them, not just making them, but like going through with them. Like, this feels like a lot of fast movement in something. So it could be creatively, but then it's kind of like you get here with the Six of Swords, like something kind of like either feels like maybe a bit of a setback is how it's coming through, but it's more so something like I'm kind of seeing this like group of friends and then like somebody gets sick or something, right? So it's kind of like, okay, we have to readjust our plans, that kind of thing. But I feel like there is something positive about that, because you have the World coming out next, where it's like something where, I don't know, it forces you to rethink a part of this plan. Like let's say you have all these ideas, you're moving forward with something, you have like this like blueprint or whatever, and it's like something happens to someone that feels kind of like on the negative side in some way, but it ends up being almost like a blessing in disguise, because it draws your attention to something that maybe you were overlooking. And so it forces you to like pause and reassess something, which I feel like is for your benefit. It could have something to do with family as well, but there is guaranteed success here for you with the Star. Okay, what else for group one? Okay, I need to switch decks. This one, okay. So, I'm using the Animal Apothecary deck for you. I'm getting, like, okay, there's strong Gemini energy coming through with this, but of course it's the Gemini full moon, so that might be part of it. You may also want to watch the last Gemini reading. Maybe there's a message in there for you. Self-worth, self-love, self-value, and self-respect is the card that you're getting. Group one. Pig's message is simple and direct. Know your worth. Not only does Pig know his worth, but cultures across the world have proclaimed his value for thousands of years as both a creature to be revered and a source of nourishment. Think of a piggy bank with money inside of it. The more money inside, the more value it carries. The piggy bank reflects the idea that our true worth comes from within. When we only use others' validation to inform us of our value, it always leads to suffering. Pig's medicine teaches us about inner talk. Do you walk around doing your daily tasks with a voice in your head that belittles you, tells you that you are not good enough, and makes you feel unworthy? Now is the time to proactively train and direct that voice in your head to share messages that are uplifting, loving, and kind about yourself. This will take a lot of work and will most likely feel like you're lying to yourself if you have a habit of negative self-talk. The key to making it honest and impactful is to not lie to yourself and say, I am gorgeous, when everything in you feels ugly. Instead, you say to the part that feels ugly, I love you, I feel this pain with you, and one day I will get us to the point where we feel our beauty, but for now, I am here for you. Pig's Medicine asks you to accept that you will always struggle with some form of insecurity because you are human. True self-worth isn't raging confidence. It is allowing yourself to be insecure and being there for yourself while you feel the pain of not feeling good enough. This act is the power that creates self-worth. Okay, interesting. Gemini. Self-worth is a Gemini. Group 1. Gemini has a message for you. But there's a message here about self-worth, and specifically about like aspects of yourself that maybe you feel insecure about, like having a shift in mindset in terms of like speaking more positively about yourself. And that takes practice, because especially if you are in the habit of speaking negatively to yourself about yourself, and that for a little while it's not going to seem true. And the trick is not to like lie to yourself, because that can create a lot of like internal conflict, but more so just saying like, maybe this is not where we're wanting to be, but that we're working towards that, or that we're, we'll get there eventually, like that kind of thing. It is a gradual work in progress kind of energy for you. So maybe maybe it has something to do with like financial matters, or related with your family in some way. But you have the World here, so I am seeing this like very positive ending for you, ending in quotation marks, and that it has to do with maybe shifting your mindset about something like that. I feel like there's a lot of communication coming in for you, especially with that Gemini energy that I keep getting. So it doesn't have to be from a Gemini, but it's highlighting like the house of communication, and also like community as well. There's a Gemini card in one of the other decks that talks about pollination. So, visiting a whole bunch of different flowers, like getting inspiration from many different sources. There is a lot of like cooperation that I'm getting with you as well. And teamwork. I'm just seeing this image of like, you know how if a bee is being attacked or something like that, or like, maybe that's not the right way of putting it, but like I've seen these videos of like bees that get stuck in spider webs or cobwebs or whatever. Like they have like sticky cobwebs and it prevents them from flying, and if they somehow make it back to the hive, the other bees will help to remove the cobwebs off of the bee that's been affected. So it's kind of coming through like that, group 1 for you, where maybe it's something like it's something like maybe there's someone in your group who's struggling with something, like, and it could be financial matters or something like that, and it's like they need a place to stay, or they need some sort of assistance, and it's like you as part of the group are perhaps helping to remove the cobwebs of this, and I feel like that process has some sort of positive benefit for you. I like whatever that is. It could be just like reminding you that you are a team and that things work better as a group or something like that. Can I get one last card for group 1? The Chariot and the Lovers. Yeah. Gemini energy with the Lovers, right? And Chariot is this like fast moving energy. Because I feel like there's something here about like opposites being important, like good and bad. This kind of thing, like it's kind of feeling like incorporating the negative aspects helps you to move forward, if that makes sense. Whatever that is for you. But it does feel like a lot of movement forward. Chariot and the Lovers, that's success is what that's looking like. Forward movement in something. Okay, group 1. And Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. One of my favorite Wheel of Fortune cards, actually. It's a very interesting one. Okay, group 1. I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Hi, group 2. If you picked the Dalmatian Jasper, this group is for you. This message is for you. And the message that was coming through with this crystal was a perfect pairing. And this this crystal to me also represents joy. So there is that energy coming through, which is very interesting because when I was getting the crystals for each group, the Dalmatian Jasper was actually supposed to be group 3. And then as I was pulling the cards, it's like Dalmatian Jasper wanted to be moved to 2nd. So that might be significant for you. So I already pulled the tea leaf cards. And the first 2 that you have here are Teardrops, which says great personal sorrow. And then Turkey, someone is behaving stupidly, which is interesting. But then you have Hat. You will be playing a different role. Coins, money will be coming to you. And then Success and Horseshoe, good luck. So as I didn't like interpret the cards as I was pulling them. But now that I just finished group 1, this group 2 almost feels like the person in group 1 who was going through something difficult. So maybe that message might resonate for you, but it kind of feels like this is the other end of it, or somebody else's, like this is a different perspective, I should say, of the same story. It doesn't have to be, so just take it if it resonates. But what I'm getting for Teardrops and Turkey is that maybe there's someone in your environment who's like doing something that they know better, is how it's coming through. Like with the Turkey, it feels like I get that card when it's like there's someone in your environment who really knows better, but they keep doing the same thing over and over again, or they keep like it kind of comes through this energy of someone who's self-sabotaging. I'm not saying that's you, group 2, but it does feel like they're like, it may be like maybe you're being affected by someone else's energy like that. Like someone who is maybe behaving a bit selfishly is what's coming through here. And it's causing maybe you personal sorrow. It's like anyways, I feel like there's a lot of, like, this may even be past energy for you, or something that you're releasing, or something that's going to be over soon for you. Because what's wanting to come through, more importantly, is the, you're playing a different role, good luck, success, and coins that are, like, money will be coming to you. So it could have something to do, like maybe you're finding a new job or something like that, with the hat and coins, or maybe you're stepping into like getting a promotion or something like that. There's some good luck here. I'm going to pull some cards, but it's interesting that it said perfect pairing. The image that I was seeing with this, was the scene in the Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians, where Pongo is looking outside, trying to get, or like looking at all the dogs and their owners walking around the street, and that's when he sees Perdita, and his owner. I can't remember the names. Anyways, but it's like not time for him to go on a walk yet, so he has to try and find like ways to get his owner Roger out of the house before it's time. There's something like that, which is interesting. It's like moving something ahead for you, group 2. Like, I'm almost seeing you though as Roger, the one who's sort of not oblivious, but like unaware maybe that something like this is happening. Like, it's almost like I'm getting something for you, like maybe the universe or your spirit guides or something like that, or are orchestrating some sort of like meeting between you and another person, like moving you up or moving you ahead in something because of some sort of circumstance where someone is doing something that they shouldn't be, and it's causing you pain, is how it's coming through. And so there may have been some sort of like financial consequence to this. This does also have something to do with your house's success, and that there's some good luck coming your way. It feels very positive. It feels kind of like that, like being guided towards something that's going to be really beneficial for you. Maybe it does have something to do with another person. 6 of Cups. Yeah, interesting. That's a really lovely 6 of Cups as well. Like, to me, it's because the way that the cups are arranged here, you have 5 cups sort of around here, and then one that's shared in the middle, right? So how that's coming through is that like maybe there's a 5 of Cups energy, which talks about like grief, letting go, sadness, feeling low energy as well can also come through with that, like feeling drained, feeling like you don't like, despair feels kind of like a strong word, but maybe for you, if that's resonating, like this just feeling of feeling low and sad, and like there's not a lot of hope, or like nothing to look forward to. It could talk about depression with the 5 of Cups, but it's like you have this energy where you have a shared cup between you and another person. It doesn't have to be romantic. The 6 of Cups to me represents any sort of soulmate energy. It could have something to do with past lives, but it doesn't have to. This is an energy where you feel like safe and seen, and there's shared love between the two of you. And I feel like it's in order to clear out the 5 of Cups energy, which is feeling like sadness, or like it to me, it's feeling like low energy, like depression. Like maybe not to that extreme, but like that kind of energy. Okay, group 2. 3 of Wands and 6 of Wands. So 6 of Wands is talking about success, of course. And the 3 of Wands, to me, this one specifically comes through with this energy of like pulling something in, right? Like it's like pulling in your success. I forgot how much I love this deck. The colors in this are like so soft and pretty. It's feeling like something becoming much lighter after a period of darkness. That's sort of how it's coming through. Or something that was like heavier in whatever way. Like this feels like a period of like lightness or joy. Yeah, the sun. Yeah. Yeah, happiness, clarity, sunlight. It's a period of, it does feel like if you've been in this energy of personal sorrow in whatever way, that's changing, right? Like, so it is feeling kind of like a shift from Five of Cups energy into positive, lighthearted, joyful, coming together with others, perhaps, or a particular other. Again, doesn't have to be romantic. And I feel like there's some success here for you. Transformation, the Phoenix, is your animal apothecary card. Success, that I feel like with the Six of Wands is talking about overcoming something. To me, it talks about overcoming like a challenge, a conflict, like coming out on top of something. But it also talks about like public recognition and acknowledgement. Okay. And just like succeeding at whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, so the phoenix is an ancient bird that will burn himself every few hundred years to be born anew. He diligently builds his nest with cinnamon and frankincense. Then with one clap of his wings, he ignites his nest into a blazing fire. He endures a night filled with roaring flames and insurmountable pain. When the sun begins to rise, he too emerges from the ashes more brilliant and mesmerizing than the human mind can fathom. You are also on the verge of total transformation. Although you may still be living a current reality that your past self manifested, the medicine of this card foretells a profound change is approaching. You are in the space in between jumping timelines. This timeline is your transition from an old version of yourself into the new and evolved version of yourself. Do not get caught in the trap of believing your current reality defines what lies ahead. It is very possible you are projecting old, limiting beliefs onto the situation. Trust that all your effort over the last months and years are in the alchemical process of manifesting. You are now in the moment before you shift into your fullest self. You must believe the highest version of yourself is waiting and ready to be self-actualized. Okay, yeah. It's interesting that card description talks about the night of insurmountable pain, right? Like that's how it's coming through for you, that you've overcome that, group 2, and that you're rising into the fullest version of you that was more mesmerizing than it was before, which is just amazing and perfect for you, group 2. It does feel like a sudden shift into like something, well, maybe not sudden, but a shift into something joyful, that feels like, because you have Six of Cups, Three of Wands, and then Six of Wands, right? You have 2 sixes here. It feels like there are other people involved in this, right? Like it's both of these are talking about other people. Like the Six of Wands is not just a personal victory, but a public one, right? Like other people can see this about you. And the Six of Cups involves other people as well, like soulmates of whatever kind. Can I get one last card for Gemini, please? Gemini, why do I keep saying that? It's the full moon. Group 2, the Chariot, which came out in group 1 as well. But this card is so interesting because it looks to me like a gate that's lifting. Like maybe you were in this period of pause, like being freed to run. Like I feel like there's a lot of movement that's happening for you, but it feels like, again, coming from this period of darkness, but the darkness is lifting. That's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, group 2. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you chose the citrine crystal, this message is for you. And the phrase that was coming through for you was power of the sun. So for your tea leaf cards, the first 2 that came out together are candle, which says you will be shown the way, and reconciliation, the pineapple. And then you have ant, work, achievement, and success. And then cane, pay attention to your health. And boot, increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. So it's interesting, all 3 groups had a mention of success. Yours is coming through work, achievement, and then you also have the boot, right? Like increase your efforts. The power of the sun. Maybe there's some sort of reconciliation happening between you and someone. It could be in a work environment, but it doesn't have to be. But work is clearly significant for you, or how much like work you are putting into something. You will be shown the way. The candle card to me is like a really positive one that talks to me about like being guided, seeing signs, or just like even things like sorry, I was getting distracted by these 2 cards where the first 3 letters are the same, right? Can, C-A-N. Like, so that's kind of coming through with like you can do this, or that there's like, I don't know, I'm just seeing words that start with C-A-N, like Canada, or like a can of something. I don't know. Anyways, what was I saying? So candle is to me like things where it's just like when you're in the flow state and things just like happen when they're supposed to, and like when you're like listening to your intuition and following your intuition, it's like things just sort of line up in a really synchronistic kind of way. Like that's sort of what the candle comes through with. So there's something like that, but I don't know why this pineapple card is coming out. There's some sort of reconciliation. Pay attention to your health. Okay, group 3. 4 of Wands is your first card out, which is really lovely. Okay, so maybe there was something here of maybe you were sick. That's sort of how it's feeling with the cane. Pay attention to your health. Like something like you're sick and you had to miss work for a period of time, right? Like that kind of thing, or whatever it is. So it's kind of like once you feel better and you're getting back to work, you sort of have to catch up on things. There may have been some sort of like, well, reconciliation feels kind of like, I don't know. It implies that there was a fallout of some sort, right? Or maybe it's just like fixing something, maybe. The 4 of Wands is talking to me about stable happiness. It is also a card about celebration. Yeah, celebration of something positive, something stable as well. Eight of Pentacles. It feels like work related. So maybe you're celebrating something at work. Maybe there was some sort of, I don't know, misunderstanding or just like, it doesn't even have to be anything like a full-blown conflict, but it could just be things like people just being like, you know, if you're not feeling well, you can be grumpy or cranky or something, and it's just kind of like little things like that at work with people, like, you know, where it can just cause a little bit of discomfort. Like it may be something like that that's just getting cleared up. Like it doesn't feel like anything major, but just like people just feeling better. And so there's just less room for negative things happening. You have King of Cups and the Death card, which is bringing Scorpio energy. That doesn't necessarily feel like you. Group 3, it could be somebody who has Scorpio in their chart. It doesn't have to be though. But who is very strong emotionally, like has a lot of emotional depth. Maybe they're also bringing you something. Maybe this is who you're reconciling with, the King of Cups. It doesn't necessarily feel like an apology, because again, it doesn't feel like this is like a huge full-blown conflict or anything like that. It just feels kind of like maybe you and another person sort of were not seeing eye to eye is how it's coming through in something. And so it's kind of like this is sort of how like you and another person sort of like coming together or reconciling in that way, where now you are seeing eye to eye, you're on the same page about something, and like committed to working together on something. This feels strongly work related for you. The Death card feels like somebody who is going through some sort of transition. Like they're going through major change, it feels like, but they are so this could also be you, group 3, just take it how it resonates. Somebody who's going through like a major transition, could be work related, but they're very emotionally sound. Like I feel like emotionally very stable. It does feel like they're offering something to you though, like whatever that, let me see what other cards want to come out. So yeah, you have 4 of Swords, but it came out reversed. So that to me is talking about like coming out of some period of rest. Like maybe you were sick or something like that. Or you were needing a period of rest. It feels like that's shifting. That's changing. But what does this King of Cups have for you, group 3? 6 of Pentacles. It feels like reciprocity. This could even be a boss or something like that, like because they're handing out money. Like it could be something like that. Like maybe you're getting a raise, or like because you've been putting in a lot of work, or giving you what you need is how it's coming through. And then you also have Justice. Yeah, five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Maybe there was some sort of conflict. 4 of Cups. Okay, this kind of feels like someone who... Empress at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it kind of feels like someone who was feeling like unappreciated or underappreciated, or like they're like not getting paid enough or something like that. Like it's kind of coming through like someone who is feeling kind of underappreciated is how it's coming through, like from a boss or whatever, from your workplace. And like maybe you had to take time off because you were, pay attention to your health. Maybe you were feeling burnt out. Maybe you got sick. And so it's kind of like in that period of time where you were absent, group 3, there are people who are recognizing how important your influence is. Like that's sort of how it's coming through for you. Whatever that is, like maybe there was a period of time where you were absent, and so when you come back, it's like, oh, thank God, group 3 is back, right? Like that's how it's feeling. It does feel kind of like appreciation, but it also feels like there may be some sort of material consequence of this in some way, which is interesting. You have 444 coming out, like 4 of Wands, 4 of Swords, 4 of Cups. So that might be a significant number for you. Synchronicity. 444 is such an interesting synchronicity for me, because I almost always, not almost always, but there are like 2 specific instances that I can recall seeing 4 like 2 specific time frames in my life where I was seeing 444 a lot, and it's an association with Taurus energy 2 times, which I feel like is not a coincidence. And it talks about like a very stable influence, but one that sort of comes with a little bit of not conflict, but like having to change your mindset about something, like just like seeing something from someone else's point of view, which is interesting. There's something like that for you, group 3, like but I feel like on both sides the perspective has changed a bit. Like there's something here where I feel like someone, and it could be like a boss or because they're coming out with something like very stable, that they have changed they've had a shift in perspective about you, or something about like you and your work that I feel like is significant. It's going to have like a significant impact on something material for you, like in the physical. It doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it feels like material consequence, like a physical consequence, a change to your physical environment in whatever way. Okay, could I get 1 card for group 3, please? I take a bit of patience. Okay, inner truth. The owl. Owl sees in the dark and knows what is not directly being shown. She is the master intuitive. In ancient Greek mythology, Owl sat on the shoulder of Athena so that the goddess would know the whole truth at all times. If you receive this card in your reading, it is a message that you have a deep inner knowing and you can trust in this gift. Whatever guidance you are currently seeking, this card is a confirmation that the answer will not only come, but it will come from within. Owl says it is okay to not always immediately know the right answer or what to do. Fear may arise and hide the truth of a situation from you, but you are being asked to sit in the confidence of your inner knowing. Patience is of utmost importance. When you push and try to instruct your intuition to immediately figure out the answer, your intuition becomes strangled by your ego's control. All you need to know is that the guidance will come. When and how it comes is none of your concern. Life will help you connect with your intuition to reveal the truth, figure out the best path, and do what is best for your growth and the growth of anyone else involved. Owl's medicine shares that you do know the answer, and it will be revealed at the correct moment. Relax and go do something else. Okay. Strong Libra energy coming in for this group, with the owl, justice, and the empress. So just take that if it resonates. I'm going to leave it there, group 3. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.